Yeah, he just worked me real good.
One of the things that I had to learn early on is something called attunement. And I have to attune to your body so I can feel what you're feeling.
He made me his bitch. I feel like really susceptible to anything. He could tell me to go rob a bank probably right now and I would probably consider it.
Yeah.
It was good because he makes you feel really comfortable and you can go ahead and set fear aside and just go along with it. So that's what I did and was very good with his hands.
Introducing the ToplessTalk podcast, where we're diving deep into the world of sex and relationships. Join us as we explore the good, the bad, and the ugly, leaving no topic off limits. With your host, Ryan Nickel, we're on a mission to change 1 million lives through 1,000 episodes. In a world where vulnerability is power, we're not just talking about taking off layers, we're peeling back the layers of real experiences. Our guests, brave women who've walked through the fire, are bearing it all. Their struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. It's more than just stories. It's a roadmap for those who felt alone in their journeys. By sharing their transformation from the horrific to the heroic, these women become beacons of hope for others. Because in every tale of survival lies the potential for someone else's revival. So tune in, listen closely, and remember, ToplessTalk isn't just about shedding inhibitions. It's about finding connection in the rawness of human connection. Because when we share, we heal, we empower, and we transform. Welcome to a podcast where every story is a step towards 1 million changed lives.
Step towards 1 million changed lives. You're part of that.
Yes, I am.
You're on
Definitely.
that journey. Oh, wow. So, excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so I'm your host, Ryan Nickel, and this is our beautiful guest today.
Lavana.
So-
aka Mommy Cora.
Oh, Mommy Cora. I love that. So go ahead and give an introduction, like, who you are, what brought you, into our studios, and like how did we meet? All of those things that you feel comfortable sharing.
All right. I'm pretty open, so I don't mind sharing if you guys are willing to listen.
Oh, they're going to love it.
Well, Ryan and I met, honestly, through a dating app, and he offered services. I was intrigued, and
What were those services? They may not know what those were.
he does booth readings, surrogacy, healing through possibly traumatic sexual past experiences. He helps individuals be able to be in tune with their bodies, and
That's a tall order. Did I deliver?
he did deliver for sure. He totally delivers, coming from someone who's completely guarded based off of my past. So yeah, he definitely delivered.
Well, we're glad to have you here.
Thanks.
So, yes, we met on a dating site. It was Tinder, wasn't it?
It was Tinder.
It was Tinder, the OG. So, yeah, it's a site that I'm on. I advertise my my healing services there and readings, and it's interesting because it's usually like one or the other. It's like, oh my God, this guy thinks he's a healer. Okay, yeah, sure. Or it's like, wow, tell me about these readings. What can you do here? And so, you had a reading.
I did.
We did it through a picture, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, she didn't quite, want to come over here. Didn't trust me. I don't blame her. It's like, this weirdo, like, I can tell what's going on with your life from reading a picture of your tit. And surprisingly, it was
fantastic, and it was really accurate. So I found that amazing. He goes over both breasts, and he's able to determine based off of observation symmetry. Mine are asymmetrical. And my left is fuller, and the right boob is longer.
Today they both look very, very full.
Yeah, I'm Victoria's Secret. So
Thank you.
what else?
So yeah, we're able to do that. So that's what brought us together. And then we've done some healing work together. And she just has a beautiful story that she is just, she was sharing with me. She's like, I got some really great stories. And so I thought this would be a perfect guest to be on the podcast. And then I had to like dangle a little carrot in front of her in order to come on the podcast because she was she's a little shy, which is totally fine because she is an open book. But what was the carrot that I dangled?
Well, I'm allowed to say.
Of course you are. You can say anything you want.
To my surprise, Ryan has some fun, what would you call it, extracurricular activities that are available in places that are not necessarily advertised. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really curious to experience what he has set up down there.
Yeah, so we we actually have a playground in the basement of this building, and so there was a request specifically you asked for.
I did. Well, I wanted to see what it feels like to
Yeah.
let go, relinquish control. So he's definitely someone who can provide that. You can tell from his personality. So.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, there's a therapeutic aspect of being able to. So we have a St. Andrew's cross down there. It's black and red. We call it the Black Widow. So she's gonna have some fun on the Black Widow today, and it's all about restraint. And like you said, she wants to let go. And what greater way to let go than to fully submit and be restrained and be basically have your, I don't want to say life, but like literally you're in the hands of another person, like your safety, your well-being, all of those things. And so it takes a great deal of trust for her to do that. One, so I appreciate the trust. I'm not going to be, taken lightly, but at the same time, it's so therapeutic as well, because you're able to truly experience what it's like to truly not be in control anymore and let someone, please you, tease you, do whatever it calls for in order to have pleasure, and then also to find healing in that experience as well.
Definitely looking forward to it. I've been craving this for a long time. I've had such a hard time to give up control and power.
Well, thank you for that trust, and we're going to have fun with that today. So
Thank you.
yeah. So with that, let's just jump into this beautiful interview here with well, you said Mommy Cora or Mama Cora?
Mommy.
Mm-hmm. How did you get that name?
Well,
And then talk into the mic too, so I can hear you. You can move it as you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
One day I was up, I was broke, alone in my 20s.
That's how it all starts. We're always broke, right? We're like, how can I make money?
Yeah. And I was just brainstorming, and a friend of mine told me about this festival called Infantilism, and I thought it was absurd, and I didn't know if it borderline like public things.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure, but curiosity got the best of me, so I'm up researching late at night. I'm like signing up for all of the websites that they suggested.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically clicking down on one of their little columns, and a drop menu appeared, and it's saying like, which one do you identify as?
Right.
And I'm reading through them like daddy, top, bear, mommy, sister, aunt.
Wait. What's a bear?
Because it like incorporates all these different types.
Like Goldilocks kind of thing?
I would assume maybe like homosexual, like one of the bears.
Yeah.
But not a bear.
Oh, not BEAR.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking like, rawr. I'm like, oh wow, it's like it's a whole new genre I don't even know about yet.
Oh, they're in there. There's a bunch.
Fantasy play, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Three bears coming like ravaging this blonde little girl.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, we go down a rabbit hole on that one, I'm sure.
Well, I didn't know which one I related to more so than the others, and so I picked Mommy. I was like, that one sounds comfortable.
Yeah.
Safe. And
but you weren't a mom at the time, right?
At the time, no.
No, okay.
I was, but yeah, soon after then I became a mother. But
got it.
So I started to experiment with talking to people on that website. I forgot the name of it. It was like Diaper Lovers or Diaper Dream or something along the lines of that.
My God. Yeah. That's hilarious.
And I told myself like, okay, I'm really going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Then I signed up for FetLife too. So I'm really getting in there, learning a lot. And then eventually I told myself, how can I absolutely relate to these people if I don't experience it myself.
Oh, so you
I went and I ordered. Well, first of all, I started with those stinky Depends from Walgreens.
oh my god.
I did. I go all the way.
Yeah. You go all in.
So I started off like small. I went and got
Yeah.
the mail with a diaper on
Okay.
from Walgreens. It Depends. That was so stupid. But then I was like, yeah, totally. I'm not a diaper lover because that's one of the
Oh, got
categories.
it. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I would rather put the diapers on the people.
Okay.
And then so I honed in on the mommy.
So wait, just back up here. So like you, the work that I do, I've never done anything to someone in the therapeutic aspect that I personally haven't experienced myself.
Right. See.
So I go in and knowing like, okay, I know what this feels like. I know it's safe. I know all these things. So I'm curious. So you're like, okay, you go and you get the Depends. Did you like wear them for like a day and a half? Them, picking them? I mean,
I started off slow.
Okay.
I had
I'm like, don't skip over the good stuff.
I had trouble even putting them on. I was scared. At
Oh,
first.
really?
But once I did it, I'm like, okay, I get this sense.
And you have like a puffy ass, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes. And that's kind of like, it's too, because you are doing something that's naughty, even though no one knows but you, most likely.
And the guy's kicking you out in the shopping, in the Walgreens.
Yeah. Well, the ones at this point were my neighbors. So if they saw me getting the mail
Got it.
with a little bit of a more poofier ass, then I would just make up an excuse or something. But eventually,
How funny.
I went on and bought the bigger ones that were thick and with the little characters on it and stuff.
Oh my gosh. So wait, they have adult Depends that actually have cartoons like they do for children?
Oh, yeah. It's bambino.com. I'm not endorsing, but they make the best diapers. And they have like blocks and teddy bears and dinosaurs and
No way.
characters. Yeah.
You know what's so funny? So you said dinosaurs. I had this lady who I've done work with virtually. I've never worked with her in person. So she sent me a picture of a like a sucker. Are you familiar with the rose? Mm-hmm. So I guess Spencer's, again not endorsing, has a little glow in the dark dinosaur that's a sucker.
Wow, really?
And I'm like, oh my god, like I could totally get this and like play with it, be like,
Yes.
coming over to do it. So I can see how, you can like take this dynamic and you don't have to be all in, but you can incorporate parts of it to still be playful and silly and just like fun.
Absolutely.
In the bedroom that really like relaxes and endears and also brings out some fun, moments.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I discovered too with that specific because it's adult babies / diaper lovers. So some people are more prone to wanting to be a baby per se versus the diaper lovers are wanting just the feel of the diaper. So the adult babies, it's not so much sex based,
Right.
but they are adults. So eventually a is going to occur within the diaper. And then you can pick or choose if you want to twist the scenario.
And play with it at that point, yeah. What is your preference?
Well, once I got into it and started actually working a part of, like within the adult industry and making money off of it, I pretty much went along with whatever the client wanted. So
Got it. So they dictate what they're looking for, and you're like, hey, I'm here to perform a service. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting paid for it.
Exactly. Some people wanted strictly just role play.
Got it.
Coloring their diaper, sucking their thumb, being changed, cuddled. Some people would take it further.
Yeah.
Jack them off in the diaper. Have them pee. And sit in it, put them on timeout. It can get degrading.
You like rub their face in it, like on the floor. And shit. Oh my god!
I've pissed in people's diapers before and made them wear it.
No way! Oh my god, that's awesome. So yeah, there's so many different things. So this started with you like, I'm broke. What can I do?
Yeah.
And the idea came to like, I'm gonna start.
Hey, maybe I could do this because it's a specialized.
Yeah. And so you did this. You made money on it. How
for years?
For years. How good was the money?
It's pretty good. I got up to a point where I was making like over $10,000 a month.
Wow. And in your 20s?
In my 20s.
Wow. Did you ever have friends and family asking, like, because you're balling, like, hey, what are you doing?
I just acted like I was working 2 jobs. I was a Puerto Rican, if that makes sense.
You're Puerto Rican?
Oh, no. I'm Japanese and Black and Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
I worked a lot of jobs like a Puerto
Oh, like
Rican.
I got you. Yeah. Okay, for sure. I was like, you're Puerto Rican?
No.
So, mami no habla español.
Oh,
No, that's a no. All right. So you work 2 jobs. Are you still doing this today? Can people find you and be like, oh, I want Mommy Cora to come over here and take care of me?
I'm not doing it to this day, but
No, okay.
but I'm actually looking to tap back into it.
Oh,
I
all right.
think it would be because it's all about, like you said, a therapeutic kind of journey and
Mm-hmm.
helping people. I remember the feelings that I derived while giving these people services that actually helped them along the way too.
Oh, yeah.
It's very emotional. That's one thing about that fetish in particular.
In a good way or a bad way?
I think in a good way,
Yeah.
because they're able to express themselves in a way they're not able to share.
Right.
You get people from all walks of life. I had doctors, lawyers, politicians,
No
professional athletes.
Really?
Everyday Joes, plumbers, electricians, like anyone.
And of course, you have to keep some confidentiality and discreetness.
Absolutely.
With all of that. Oh, wow. Was there? I'm just curious. I'm just trying to like play this thing out. I mean, I might want to have the side gig, on my own,
Yeah.
Did you have like paperwork, disclosure documents, things like that, or was it just like a call for like pay for hire kind of thing? Like, hey, come on over and take care of business, but I trust you. You're gonna take this with discretion.
I got it to the point where it was more professional.
It was.
And had the non-disclosure agreements and application and
Oh, wow.
putting down a deposit because I wanted the people who were going to pay for the services to take it seriously.
Yeah. So yeah, it was legit.
Yeah, I had men flying in from all over the East Coast, West Coast, South, some from different countries. I dealt with clients
No shit. They would fly you, or they would fly in to see you.
flying to see me,
How would they find you?
and sometimes I would fly to go see them.
Oh, wow. And they would pay for all of that.
They would.
Private jet or a commercial?
Commercial.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like
I wasn't there yet.
Jeeves will be picking you up here this afternoon.
I was, yeah, I wish. That would be awesome. I probably could have got to that point, but
Oh, wow. Why did you quit?
I quit because I got scared. I was,
Wait. This was therapeutic, helpful. You like, would you get scared? Like someone like pull it out on you or something?
Oh, no, I was scared because I was getting to the point where it was becoming too popular. And then I did have children. So I was thinking whatever's online will be seen.
Right,
But
right.
now that my kids are becoming adults, at this point, they're like a year away from adulthood. Now it's mom's out the bag. So they'll understand now. So.
Yeah, like mom's getting her money made. Mm-hmm. So interesting. So you got scared more from like the perspective of like, you were still keeping this private, in your own personal life.
Private.
Like what happens if this becomes like well known? How popular were you, and how did they find you?
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my name is Alice Lamana, and I was given an amazing food reading from Ryan last week, and it was the most amazing thing I've actually ever experienced.
I have to be honest, I thought at first it was just kind of this scam that was unique that this guy was running to be able to just see lots of boobs on the internet. But it turned out to be actually pretty intuitive and accurate.
He was able to pick up on things that I've known about myself, but that I haven't voiced out loud to anybody.
He explained things that I didn't share with him, and the connections make sense to me. It helped me learn a little bit more about how my body stores energy that I'm experiencing.
I was shocked. Couldn't believe some of the things that he had said.
I would highly recommend Ryan.
Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it.
Try it. See what happens. See what you find out about yourself.
I just had a boob reading with Ryan, and I want to highly recommend that you do also.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
Very popular because there's a whole community and there is a hierarchy. And I remember
got it.
specifically the people who were like on the ends who've been around for years. They wanted to be a part of the cool kids group, which were the ones who ran websites out of like Los Angeles, had porn sites and things like that, made movies, and I was being flown in, requested, getting paid for, and they were like probably annoyed by that, but
Yeah, they put in all this work. They have these websites. They're on their porn stars or whatever. And then this beautiful woman comes in and she's just like, I'm here and I'm out.
Yeah.
Not having to put all this extra time and effort and like pay their dues, in essence.
Exactly. And you do start to branch off in that industry, and you get requests to do other things, pornography or
Did you ever
dominate. No, I was right there,
Yeah.
but I said no, I don't want to do it.
I gotcha.
That was major sites too.
Yeah.
Very popular.
So I'm curious, like, you're getting requested. So on this website, they just see you. So do you get like, is there like a Yelp review? They're like, oh my God, Mommy Cora was like this beautiful person. She took care of me. Like, how do other people find out about you aside from like word of mouth? Like if I'm a brand new person and I log into diaperlovers.com or whatever the website was, and I'm looking for like the best experience, were there paid ads? Like you pop to the top, or like how did people find yours? Like, I could search by like best rated. Like,
It was networking.
Oh,
And
okay, gotcha.
And then when I had clients, I would ask them to write a review, and then I would post it so that it's advertised, and I would use different websites to post it.
that's fabulous. How did you know it was time to raise your fees? Or did you always start at the top? You're like, I'm worth it, damn it.
Honestly, I started off with, I didn't charge anything because I needed some experience under my belt.
Same here. I mean, healing was free for a long time for people, and then now it's $500 an hour.
And then eventually I'm like, okay, I got this.
I'm sure you got way more than that, though.
It was on. I needed that. But so they, I don't know, after I had my experiences under my belt, I knew what I was doing for the most part. Sometimes scenarios would change, like instead of like a traditional like mommy role or auntie, someone wanted a babysitter while the parents were out of town.
Oh my God.
So you have to
so many scenarios.
You have to get to role play. I brought my girlfriend one time.
What?
And that was funny. Yeah, because just to add her into the scenario, and she was willing.
Did you pay her as well?
Yeah, she got
fun.
paid.
Oh, yeah.
She's a stoner. She got paid in large quantities of marijuana. But because the dude grew, he was
he's a grower.
Weed grower. Yeah.
Yeah.
But but I got money, but
Of course. Yeah.
What was funny, because she didn't know anything about it, just from what I've told her. So once he was crawling around the bed and in a diaper, and he
Wait. She did not know this was.
She didn't know exactly how it's supposed to go down. So she's sitting there nervous. And I said, okay, it's role playing. It's imagination.
Yeah.
So we're going to act like we're having tea. And we're just having like a regular discussion brunch. And he's a baby and he's just crawling around and doing what babies do. And she looked at me like, okay, like what the f is going on?
Yeah, she's like, this isn't see what's happening here.
Yeah. And then but it was so funny. She had a sense of humor about it, because I remember him specifically crawling around, and he went into the corner, something to do with his development, and he hid while he started pooping in his diaper, and you can smell it.
Oh, God.
And once she took a whiff and smelled it while we're having tea and crackers, she looked at me and she's like, bitch, just got real.
Like literally.
Yeah, and
God.
I laughed quietly, and then I said, just sit here, I'll be back. Like, and
Mommy's gonna take care of it.
yeah, you're an extra, just you can add to the experience.
Oh my God. And where's his friend at? What happened to her?
We're still friends.
Oh, you really? Oh my God.
Childhood friend.
Do you ever like meet back up with her and just like laugh about that experience sometimes, or is it?
Yeah, we talk shit.
Really?
All of my girlfriends know what I've gone through, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty open with them. So I have a main handful of women I really trust, and
So if you called her back up, you're like, hey, I'm back in the game, you want to join me? She'd be like, fuck no.
probably, or maybe some will go, let me think about it, or
Yeah. Oh man, that's hilarious. So in this particular situation, you go over there, you took care of, changed his diaper, whatnot. Then what happened on that particular experience?
Well, it depends on, so that particular experience, he liked a little bit of degradation. So
Yeah.
you just can't go like, oh, baby, it's okay. He didn't want that softness.
He wanted to be like punished for it.
Like, oh, you dirty little boy, get over here. Like, he wanted to be a little mean, like me to be mean to him.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then what was your friend's role in that?
She sat back and more so provided humiliation. So
she's watching this experience.
Yeah, she's an observer who's
I
like,
got it.
ew.
Yep.
And he liked that.
He's like, yeah. He's like extra hard. He's like, oh, my dick is rock hard now because these people are watching me get all
Piece of shit.
yeah, my ass is getting handed to me. So I have a question. You have a really unique, ethnic background. You said you're Japanese and black, correct?
Yes, and Spanish and Portuguese.
And Spanish and Portuguese. So, I mean, very combination. Did that also help play into your, becoming famous or, your popularity, the exact nature of who you were? Or was it more your personality that you brought? Like, what do you attribute to that?
A combination of
both.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have very beautiful, like, natural features.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that when I was sought after, they definitely saw the mommy because I'm voluptuous. So
Yeah.
like this is all
Beautiful curves, by the way.
it's mother figure and. But I would be babying little white girls. I would never be able to birth this. Would it make sense in real life? But I had little blonde girls with pigtails who were of age, but played as if they were younger because it varies. It can be infant to toddler.
So I thought this was only males that hired you. So women hired you as well.
Oh yeah, men love watching other women with women.
Oh wow.
So I babied girls.
Yeah, and it wasn't, but you are bi.
Yeah, I'm totally bisexual, and it wasn't necessarily sexual, but it can reach.
It always could, yeah, develop into it.
Because you can spit a girl and punish her and make her suck her thumb.
Interesting. Oh my God, man, I didn't. You're right. Like if there's it's out there, it's there. But I didn't really think about this. That there is. You could really like dive really deep into all of this stuff, and wow, what a beautiful experience. What was your favorite experience?
I've had a lot.
Well, let's hear them all.
Oh no, I would say one that will never go away is my first experience.
For sure, yeah.
That was a freebie. Just met someone off of one of the diaper sites, and I said, okay, today's the day. I'm gonna go and see what it's like.
Yeah.
I remember pulling up. I remember this man. It's a house. He's younger, or he's about the same age. But I pull up and he's blasting death metal, and I'm like, what did I just get myself into?
My God,
it's just this hard
slasher killer.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that combination. I'm gonna put a man in a diaper, death metal. I'm like, what's going on? And I said, oh no, I'm not a coward. Let's go in here and see what's going on.
Oh wow.
So I went in, and
that's like a life-defining decision as well, because you could have cowered back and like walked away and never done it again. But you faced that fear and you showed up, and it was life-changing for you.
That was the moment I knew, like, I'm going to do this. That was a turning point. And so I remember getting to know him, just getting acquainted, and then eventually getting into it, the role playing. And I started off subtle, like laying him down on my lap, because I thought to myself, what would a baby want? And then cradling him, putting his head in my chest, and then whipping out my boob. Breastfeeding babies like being breastfed. That's really easy. Then after,
and you weren't lactating because you weren't a mom at the time, right?
No, I was not. Yeah. So just to play pretend.
Oh, there's no complaints, I'm sure.
Yeah, he loved it, and you can see with each second passing, and the more and more he's getting into his headspace of infantile, his guard is dropping, so his eyes are becoming doughier. He's looking up at me like a baby, and I'm looking down at him like, what is going on, And then eventually I said, okay, let's get into the more like hands-on aspects of this. I laid him down. I had to start taking charge instead of being just so soft, and time for diaper changes and taking my time through all of those actions.
Do you put like baby powder on him and stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I'm lifting his butt up and sprinkling it everywhere.
Oh man.
I'm drawing out this experience.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So question for you, when you were a nursing mother, did that come into play, and did men enjoy that aspect of it as well? Or
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. That was like gold.
Oh, for sure. Like, oh, if you're lactating, like, oh yeah, that's like bonus, extra fees, all these extra things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's like, it's like liquid gold.
Oh, for sure, yes. And it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Except for one lady. I had one woman I did a boob reading for. This is probably about 6 or 7 months ago. And she's my age. I'm 40. I'll be 44 in August. And she's like, She asked me this weird question. She's like, she's birthed 9 children.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of children. And she's like, I haven't stopped lactating since 15. And I'm like, well,
Wow.
okay, your first child was at 15 and now I think she's 39 is what she is.
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, it's a long lifetime of birthing children. And I'm like, how old is your youngest? And she said, he's 2.5. And I'm like, do you still nurse? And she's like, no, I stopped at 18 months. I was like, okay, but you're still lactating? She's like, yeah, I am.
Whoa.
I know.
Real?
I'm like, let's try this out.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, it's been a while, but she's like squeezing it and you can see like the milk coming. I'm like, oh, taste it. It was sour as fuck.
Oh,
It was gross. I was like, ugh, ugh. And like, I was like, oh God, I can't believe I did this. Cause it was like, I've had it before from women that are breast.
Right.
It was, it was so bitter.
I wonder what that was.
I have no idea.
Yucky.
It was yucky, but
I'm
I had to
sorry.
like compose myself, and I was so obviously when you're nursing as a mom, it's fresh. It has to be because it's constantly being. I don't know if it needed to be the pipes cleaned and fresh needed to be like come through or something like that. But it was spoiled milk, man.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
I seriously almost like threw up on her tit.
I would have thrown it all over a tip.
But for most men, so like because it is it is something that we like enjoy. I had no problem like, oh, you really are. Let's see if you really do. And so like, of course, but it was not a good experience. I'll tell you.
No, I don't have any sour milk.
I doubt that you would, but yeah, that was the one and only time that's ever happened to me. And I'm kind of like gung shy. So I'm looking for someone that's lactating right now so I can like get back on the horse. You know what I'm saying? When you fall off the horse, you got to get back on.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for lactating women.
Oh, they're out there.
I know.
You can induce lactation too, but I'm not quite sure. I never really looked into that. But
yeah, like the surrogate moms that kind of do that, like they start pumping to do that. I know a woman actually in Grand Valley nearby that she wanted to do that for money. She was looking for rent money, and so she's literally has a computer job, and she like was working all day, and she's always posting these pictures, and she's like pumping, and she's like do on her computer, and like the pumping. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to get this milk to go, whatever, and stuff like that. Never came in though.
Oh.
She was never a mom. I don't know if that matters or not, but it never came in, and she stopped like after like 2 or 3 weeks because she was getting sore. Anyway, back to the real meat of the show here. Yes, the meat. Yes, the juiciness of it all. So that was your first experience, and
it was wonderful. And I remember getting out of control when I finally put him down for nap time, but wanted to punish him because he was being a naughty boy and spanked him with one of those thicker padded diapers.
Oh yeah.
And but I remember kind of blanking out and kind of got lost. I left my body. I dissociated from the moment. And
yeah.
When I came to, once it was done, because he came in his diaper, but there was the inside of the diaper everywhere. So I busted the diaper open and it was spilled out all over the room.
Oh my God.
That's why I remember this memory.
So as you were spanking him, he came?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't stop because it was making a mess.
Yeah. And he enjoyed it? Did he ever call you back or no?
Yeah, but I was trying to move on to make money.
For sure. You're like, no more freebies, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
one and done. That's beautiful. What other stories really like resonate with you?
There was a man who he came from Canada, and he was a massage therapist, and he was bisexual, so he wasn't necessarily completely into women, or he just wanted that experience. And I remember meeting him at a hotel. We went down and had drinks. I brought my redheaded girlfriend this time. I like to bring people sometimes.
So the other one you brought, that she
was African American.
Okay, so now you have a redhead now.
Yeah, and so I was.
So if you're friends with her, you're gonna go have a great fun time.
Possibly, if you're willing.
Yeah, for sure, definitely have to be open to it.
He was totally down, and he was very sweet and nice. So that was a dynamic, because you base it off of personalities, and
right.
My friend was a little more of a party girl.
Okay.
So I utilized her personality and
very smart. You're very wise.
Let her have some fun, wear him out, and then I'm gonna step in and mommy's gonna take over.
Yeah, that's too much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
Party's over.
Yep. That's it.
That's interesting. So I'm imagining that most of these men are very submissive.
Oh yeah.
In nature. So have you ever worked with a dominant man in that regard, or those men are just not? They don't gravitate towards this type of.
I would say they don't gravitate towards this fetish. No.
In general, have you, I mean, because of what we're going to do afterwards is go downstairs, be restrained, experience some domination. Have you ever been with a dominant partner before or like play partner or anything like that?
I don't know how to describe it. I would say somewhat. The
Yeah.
men, it was almost a facade though. Like they played as if they were, it was like a role, but not. But then I turned around and looked in the mirror while we were having dog style sex, and he had on lace Victoria's Secret panties, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, and I'm like, how are you dominating me with? And you're saying, do these look good?
oh my God. How's my ass in this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ruined it for me.
Oh,
And now, a word from our sponsors.
There's been a lot of trauma in my marriage, in my experience, and in my husband's past. I was seeking healing in whatever capacity I was able to encounter it. I came across Ryan, and we decided to go forward and planned for a session. Then we met at the Ed's office for a counseling for a session, which began with counseling. And the counseling component itself was pretty impressive. It was very thorough with seeing me, and really, I felt very seen in my whole experience. So he could see what direction I was ready to move in and from what perspective I was coming from. It felt like a very unexpected healing experience that I embraced. It came to me, and it was an opportunity for me to exercise my adult consent in a safe place. I feel grounded in my healing journey, and I look forward to continuing that journey and of healing and growth. I have a lot of gratitude for Ryan and the work that he's done for me.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
I mean, there's switches as well. So maybe he was a switch, but yeah, no, I can totally feel that you're being like taken literally.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, how's my ass?
Yeah, he ruined it, but he was more of a dominant figure, and
I gotcha.
I haven't necessarily been dominated though, not physically, mentally though, for sure.
Oh yeah, well, it's a mind. Well, as you know, working with this infantile, I guess subgroup here, it definitely is a mindset, because you definitely have to get inside their head, and I'm sure push came to shove, if you really started to hurt these people, that they would push back and they would fight you. And
oh yeah,
and
we have safety words too.
Yeah, for sure. But I guess what I'm saying, it's all head game, because physically they would probably dominate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're strong men with muscles and everything.
Yeah.
So, and they're all sucking their thumb with big ass biceps. I'm like I'm like, that did worry me. I don't want them to take it out on me, any kind of mommy issues. But I always came from a more loving perspective, side of things, so that put them in that headspace. We are good to go. They're putty.
Did it ever get crazy at one point? Did you ever get a little fearful? You're like, oh, this is pushing a boundary for me?
I would say when I started to veer off into other fetishes, started scaring me a little bit.
Yeah. Like which ones?
There was men who wanted to just be objects. They didn't necessarily want to be human. So that kind of weirded me out. No offense to anyone who's into that. I just wasn't familiar with it. So if you have a man in your space and he's wanting to be a couch, or he wants to be a lamp or something, it's kind of strange to me. He's just standing there.
Yeah, you talked about this. So it's
I remember that. And and another one when he wanted to be a slave. So you have this old Republican from different era, and you're tying bells around his balls and making him your in-house slave. And so you can hear the bells
ding, ding, ding,
jingle
yeah.
while he's cleaning.
Jingle bells, really.
That kind of scares you a little bit too. You start to, there was one guy, it's kind of scary. He lived off in the middle of kind of nowhere, but was very rich, and you where you have to have the access and be let in by security and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's off by a lake and all that stuff. But then it was dark, and he's out there in his tool shed when I'm pulling up.
Oh my God.
And
it's like a horror movie getting ready to start. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember him because he was kind, and but it was scary. But he wanted to be.
It's like sharpening his
an
knife.
animal. He literally was
wow.
sharpening knives in the garage when I pulled up. I was like, what is he doing? But in the end, the situation with him progressed. It started off kind of with the diaper. He was, he was fluid with a lot of different interests, and he went from diapers to the adult baby, and then we went into like animal play, and I would tie his hands up like paws and walked him on a leash around the property, made him drink out of a dog dish.
And his securities are watching this whole thing.
Well, they're down at wherever the front.
Like the entrance, like the gated community.
Yeah, and it goes up into the hills.
Yeah.
But he, so he wanted to, and then he started introducing like butt plugs, and I said, okay, so he kind of goes that way. But him and I were intimate. We had sex and everything too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because we were kind of dating actually. But
interesting.
But then eventually,
are there rules or boundaries within like the guide, like the website, like you can or cannot date people or have? I mean, it's a paid for service, so
I like to keep it transparent, but I like to have strict boundaries.
Gotcha.
But I'm human. If I like someone and I hit it off, I'm.
Yeah, chemistry is chemistry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel that.
It's not guaranteed though.
Don't you hire her just thinking that you're gonna get something. She may put you in the corner for that one,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She may piss in your diaper and make you wear it.
Yeah, I'll make you like sit in your shit diaper for a while.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Neglectful.
Neglect from mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm just thinking as I'm playing this through, like, because this is real life. This actually does happen. Like, kids are like crying, like neglected because mom's like, trying to get it on with her boyfriend because something like that. Would you ever like invite other men over and make these kids watch? You're like, sorry, you can't play. Mommy's busy right now. As a form of punishment?
I've had that request before.
Oh, no
where
way.
They wanted to be, what is the word? Like, a cuck? Cuck.
Yeah.
And the adults and they just have to sit. I've had that.
Oh,
and I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No,
Yeah.
because I wasn't seeing anyone at the time.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Wow. This has been quite the interview. You have quite the life experience, and now you're going to get back into it. So as you get back into this, are you going to branch out? Or are you going to do the same thing that you have always done? You're going to be Mommy Cora?
I definitely want to be Mommy Cora, but I do want to try doming, like dom tricks.
Oh, yes.
I do want to. But
that's beautiful.
I have to learn how to be submissive in order for me to...
Not necessarily.
No.
I mean, it does help because you're going to be able to recognize when someone's in their subspace and if they're not. Mm-hmm. So, but not all dogs have to be submissive. Yeah, or a switch or go through that. I know that some want them to. If they're going through, like if they have if they're an apprentice or something like that. Mm-hmm. But usually the apprenticism that they go through is more of like, hey, you're going to basically be my servant as I serve others, and then I will let you in when I feel like you've earned it. Oh. But not necessarily. You don't have to be like my submissive, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But for you, you just maybe be a natural, dom, and it just runs with you. But to be submissive, you'll experience it today. You'll be like, I love it, or I hate it, or I'm kind of on the fence with it. It just goes.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's fun. I remember the first time because I'm a switch. I remember the first time I submitted, and I was like, this is actually a crazy story. You want to hear it?
Yes, please.
So we're, I'm with my my girlfriend at the time. She's now my wife, mm-hmm. and we are on vacation in Los Angeles, and we're down there for her birthday, and I wanted to take her to Disneyland, and we've played back and forth. We've gone to parties. She loves to be hit with a belt, and she loves marks. She loves having marks afterwards, and so.
Oh, she does.
Oh, she totally does.
That's interesting.
Yeah, she likes to be, marked or branded, or likes to have, shown like signs of possession, kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. But also, she gets a lot of like, or she has in the past, I had like a lot of thoughts, and she's like, I need you to just like, smack the shit out of me. So she's like, give me the belt. So it helps her to get out of her head and into her body. When she's in her body, she can calm down and regulate and things like that. So anyway, we've experienced this back and forth, and she's me or like hit me with the belt a couple of times. So we're in the hotel room it's an Airbnb that ended up being a hotel. Mm-hmm. And so we're there, and she's like, I know this is my birthday weekend, but for my birthday, I actually want to take care of you. And I'm like, oh, take care of me. I'm thinking like pleasure, all these things.
All the good stuff.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, because we're in a hotel. You know how they have those like irons in the closet and shit like that? She pulls out this iron. And I'm like, oh, go get Brandon.
Did she really?
No, I was thinking like she's going to fucking hand me.
Yeah.
No, she used the iron to tie me up, to hog tie me on my back. And then she got a spatula and she started beating my balls with the spatula.
Oh,
It was hard. Like, it was hardcore. And I'm sitting there and I'm enduring this. And I'm like, fuck. Like, this is not pleasurable, not fun, but it's something that she's enjoying. And she's
That's
like,
what she wanted.
She wanted, yeah. And it was in that moment she came over and she's like checking in with me and she's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I can take it. Like, I'm a man. I'm not gonna like, show like signs of weakness here. And it was in the moment she recognized that I wasn't enjoying it. She's like, I don't want you to endure this. I want you to enjoy this. I'm like, well, I'm more of a soft lover. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be, and in this part of my evolution, I had, I was doing a lot of healing and I just needed to be nurtured. And this was not nurturing.
No, you're getting
Not nurturing at all. And she just like realized, she's just like, oh, okay. I get it. Like, this is, and she had come from previous relationships where they would literally beat the fuck out of each other. Black eyes, blue lips, take the belt across the face, 2x4s, like some serious shit. Like, she's cracked her skull before in these relationships, and
out of pleasure,
it is what you would call it. So it was always past play, and her idea was like, well, I love the person, and so if this is what they got pleasure out of being like this, I'm just going to endure it. And so that translated into our relationship. I'm like, no, that's not how I'm gonna do it. I'll go to parties and I'll go to places and I'll be on the cross and I'll let her flog me and whip me. I have no problem doing that. But when you're hog tying me and smacking my balls with a spatula, I mean, it's a bit extreme. And again, I was fresh out of a relationship, a 14-year marriage, and I was doing a lot of healing, and that was I needed comfort. And I didn't need to be controlled in that particular way. So I can relate in some ways that like, but it was, there's a big difference between enduring and enjoying.
Right.
And so sometimes when I have women on the cross or I have them bent over in the relationship laboratory and I'm them, I get a sense for them because I try to attune to their bodies to, are they enjoying this? Does it create pleasure? Because some women you can spank and they get super wet.
Right.
They really enjoy it. And then others just spank and they're just like, I'm like,
you're just enduring it.
Yeah, you're enduring it. So there's a big distinction that I think if I hadn't gone through that I would never have known. And so for you, trying to explore this subspace, it's very good for you because as you want to go into tricks that you're able to also recognize, okay, I remember how this was for me. And so you can also have this empathy or this relation to your clients you're going to be working with.
Definitely.
So any other fun stories you want to share or do you want to just share where you're going with your life and how this is,
Well, I definitely I'm wanting to pursue getting back into the whole individualism and diaper lover fetish.
Yes.
And make some money while doing it. So I'm going to reestablish a social platform based out of, it's going to be Mommy Cora, but it's spelled with a C, O-R-A.
That's how I thought it was.
Yeah. And so just regular Mommy, M-O-M-M-Y, and then C-O-R-A. And so you can look for me.
Where can they?
Coming up soon.
Where should they look for you? Like on IG? Are you going to have a website called mommycora.com?
I'm going to do IG. I'm going to do a website. I'm going to get back on the diaper sites, and FetLife is a good platform for it as well.
FetLife for sure. So be sure to give me your socials, and then I'm going to put them in the show notes. And so anyone that's interested in hiring you, working with you, experiencing this with you, because you're definitely very experienced and knowledgeable and I'm sure a lot of fun.
Yes.
That they can find you and they can experience Mommy Cora.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. It's been a beautiful interview. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to know you better, get to share your life experiences, and I hope that this becomes a huge success for you moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. And we are back.
Yeah, he just worked me real good. It was amazing. And Okay, so like the restraints were appropriate when it comes to like my level of allowing vulnerability and relinquishing like control. So it was just enough for me not to have a full on like panic attack. But as he was strapping them on prior to connecting them to the board, my heart rate increased. I started to feel that panic feeling that I'm accustomed to, but it was good because he makes you feel really comfortable, and you can go ahead and set fear aside and just go along with it. So that's what I did, and it was very good with his hands. Wow, the paddling, like that form of punishment, the pain factor was moderate, and it compared to like heat levels in food. Like if you want it mild,
It was medium spice, yeah.
it was just enough, you know. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I'm relaxed. I feel fantastic. So he knows what he's doing. That's all I can say.
So one of the things that I had to learn early on is something called attunement. And I have to attune to your body so I can feel what you're feeling.
I can feel me. That makes sense.
And so I can feel when it's okay to step it up a little bit or when it's time to pull back. Because it's interesting, your body, there were times where you were getting wet and turned on with the impact being a little bit more heavy, if you will. And then there were times where I pulled back and that made you even more want it, like the desirability.
Yeah, I'm like, give me more.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Like, so your body loves to have that tease, that little play.
Oh God, I like that. It's mental.
Yeah, it's a mental mind fuck.
I need that, or I'm not gonna get turned on.
Oh yeah.
He made me so wet. I don't experience that normally. I'm a prude.
How many times did you go?
3.
3 times.
At least.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Sorry.
So I'm curious. So we did. I used a couple of different sensational. Like I have some toys down there. What did you think about the pinwheel?
That's definitely different. That made me feel like that really fucked with my head because it's dull, but it's pointed and it's metal and it's spiky. Yeah, the temperature changes. It's cold and it's spiky, and it makes your mind race. Like
that sensitive areas too, like the side boob area too.
Yeah, and there's a thrill backed behind it because a metal object that's pointed. It's like, what is he using? But
yeah.
It was definitely welcomed after he did it over and over again. So that was great.
So yeah, it was a great little intro into submission play.
Yeah.
You a fan?
Yeah, I'm putty right now. I'm he made me his bitch. I feel like really susceptible to anything. He could tell me to go rob a bank probably right now, and I would probably consider it.
Yeah, this is real power, so you have to be careful with this stuff.
Scary. But I'm a power player too.
Yeah.
I'm a slave.
Well, we definitely heard. We know in this interview that you did, yeah.
But I like it.
This is beautiful. So I guess the real question is now that you've experienced this, and you said you wanted to explore being a dominatrix and stuff like that, you feel like that's something you want to do?
Absolutely. I would love to.
I think you'd be fabulous at it.
Give what you just gave to me to someone else. For sure.
And have them just pay handsomely for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
this was a gift.
Yes. Well, I mean, maybe we can do male-female if someone wants to.
Well, yeah. There's always a possibility, right? Well, again, I thank you for the trust, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any parting words?
If anyone is looking for services regarding any form of like beating them, being bound, trust, of course the readings, the therapeutic healing, surrogacy, and definitely go to Ryan because he knows what he's doing. He's very skilled, and I don't sugarcoat. I'm very direct, and I'm not. It's really good. So
don't listen to what she's saying. She's still on the high right now.
I wouldn't do it for no reason.
No, I appreciate that. I actually thought that you were going to give like You're like, if anyone wants to have infantile, play, call me. That's what I thought you were gonna do. I wasn't expecting that, so thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're no problem. Oh yeah, of course you know where to find me if you really want it. That's how I feel about that.
Oh, there you go. She is too good to to do it. I appreciate this. Thank you. This was fun.